Hello and welcome. I am Jean Addis, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Apex, North Carolina. And today I'm going to show you a real quick tip on how to make your embossing even a little bit fancier. We're going to use the Pine Wood Planks embossing folder and simply add a little bit of white crafting to it. Although you really can't see it too well in this video, there's quite a difference with the ink added. This is a piece of plain crumb cake that I'm going to show you. And what we're going to do is take the Pine Wood Planks embossing folder and simply add some white craft ink. You can tell this is an old ink pad, right? This is not the newer style. This is a real old one, but it still works beautifully. So I'm just going to take this ink pad, and on the top side of the embossing folder, that's the side with the name on it, Sizzix and Stampin' Up!, and it is the top side of the embossing folder, and it has the lumpiest parts. So all I'm going to do is take this craft ink and sponge it on to my embossing folder. Now it gets in the nooks and crannies and the embossing folder, but it can be washed off, so don't worry about the mess. That looks like it's pretty good. Then all I'm going to do is take my piece of crumb cake. This is the layer on the card that measures 5 1/4 by 4, and I'm simply going to line it up in the embossing folder and go emboss it with my embossing machine. So I'm going to pause the video and I'll be right back. Alrighty, it came out beautifully. You can see a little bit of the white craft ink here on this embossed piece. Now you can also see that the folder itself has ink left on it. Now all you have to do is take a soft cloth and clean it off, or clean it off with a sponge or even a baby wipe. Now since the Whisper White pad is craft ink, dye ink, it needs to dry for just a little bit. So I'll set this aside. Well, first of all, I'll show you the difference up close. It's just a subtle effect when you use the white craft ink, but a very nice effect. You can use any of our inks on embossing folders the same way I just did this one. Then to clean it off, like I said, you're either going to use a soft cloth or a baby wipe, and it comes right off. It doesn't affect your embossing folder at all. So to get a real quick embossed effect by adding ink, that's all you have to do. Just tap a little bit of ink on the top side of your embossing folder, and that is the side with the Stampin' Up! Logo on it, and then run it through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and you have a nice card layer to add to your project. So I hope you'll give this embossing trick a try. I am doing different embossing tricks and tips and tricks. Anyway, I'm doing that on my blog all month long at jeanspaperjewels.com. So thanks for joining me today. Bye.